What is going on, people? Hey, so you know what? I've been asked to do a video of my thoughts between the new 2024 Harley Davidsons and their price range, what you get for your dollar, versus Indian motorcycle. I've been asked to do Elite versus CVO, and I've even been asked to compare Indian motorcycle to the new CVO ST. You know what? Let's get into the ST first. Best for first, baby. Let's go. Alrighty, guys. So I got a lot of information in front of me, and this took a lot of research. And as you can see, I have a lot of Indian motorcycle stuff behind me. I have Harley Davidson stuff up here. That was a dyno shootout. That was the dyno shootout. Anyway, so check it out. I want to first start off 2024 Harley Davidson CVO ST is a sport bagger, right? Or performance bagger. It is not a tour bike. It's so much that it even has a solo seat. You know, let's talk about some of the things that the new 2024 lineup, and even more specific, the CVO ST has. Well, first of all, we keep hearing all the hoopla about they increased the rear suspension travel 50%. Really, they increased it to 3 inches. It went from 2 to 3. Yeah. So, which by the way is a huge difference, and I'm sure it's going to make a big difference. I did get a chance to ride the 2023 Road Glide CVO, and I thought it was pretty good. I'm not complaining about it. I think it's fine. Now that's like a touring bike, right? So if I do a video, I would like to compare the CVO Road Glide versus an Elite Challenger. I think that they're more the same class. The pricing is a little bit the same, but that's its own conversation. We're talking performance bagger, elite of the elite, right? So I look into this and I see they have inverted front forks on the ST model. That's great. That is. It is great. Also, they're adjustable front forks, front suspension. That is very good. I mean, it's really innovation. They're pushing it to the next level. It's their only bike that has that. The regular CVO doesn't. We also know that they have the 121 big motor in it. I can't remember what they're claiming, but Throttle Blip put it on his dyno, and that's a pretty trustworthy YouTube channel that I watch often. He got 114 horsepower and 130 feet-pounds of torque at the wheel, ready to rock. So I'm so freaking impressed by that. It's not even funny. You know, I mean, wow, Throttle Blip. Go check out his channel so you can see what I'm talking about. I'll put a link in the description. Hopefully I don't forget. If not, this is Throttle Blip, guys. This is what it is. Let's talk about some of the things that's different on the CVO ST versus the other 24 models, and it is worth talking about. You have ride modes across their lineup, Harley Davidson's lineup, and the ST model has a track mode and a track plus mode, right? And I haven't got a chance to ride one. I'm going down to Daytona in about a week or so, and I'll tell you that I will ride an ST CVO. I'm very excited to ride this bike, but the track modes, according to everybody that I'm listening, the Traveling Talls, the Cycle Fanatics, I mean, Marvel 87, is it Marvel 87? Something like that. Anyway, these guys talk about the, how do I say it? The more track mode you get into, the less like help you get, right? So like the RDRS system or the rider enhance or whatever, like the lean technology, those are going away the more you enter into the track mode. And yes, it's throttle mapping, but that is what makes this different, right? You don't have those safeties. You're ready for the track. You're racing, right? You're going to slide. You're going to burn out. You're going to do all that. So traction control is like nixed, right? Or very minimal. And I thought that was interesting because you're going backwards, you know. Before the 23 CVO, they didn't have ride modes at all, and then they just had traction control and RDRS, right? So the fact that they are adding these ride modes, I'm a fan of it. I think that's great. I just think it's interesting when you start to go track mode. I know that my FTR that I had, when I put it in track mode, it was full on. No lean technology, no wheelie anything, no, you know, like all of it. It's like go time, right? And it's also go learn how to freaking ride time. So I thought that was interesting. So people are asking me all these questions like, hey, Fish, what do you think about the CVO ST? Hey, Fish, can you compare it, please, to the Challenger Elite? This Challenger Elite doesn't fit this model. The Challenger Elite is a performance bagger to the top end tier of everything. Now, this CVO ST, they did some really cool things. They got carbon fiber all over it. They have the wave style brakes, which, by the way, I have those on my Challenger. I'll tell you about those in just a second, in my opinion. Also, I don't know the brand, so there's that. But so they did some weight savings. They I think they added an extra lean angle. I can't remember, like 1 degree. But I'm kind of all over the place because I'm getting ready to start telling you right now that Indian Motorcycle has the bike that competes with this bike. Now, you're all probably looking at me like, oh, Fish, stop it, right? But I'm going to show you guys. So let me get into this. I'm going to talk about those brakes first real quick. By the way, I have them on my bike, and they are much better for track, right? Now, I've never tracked my bike, but I know how it works. You can displace the heat easier, all that good stuff. But I'll say, like, on the street, my wavy brakes compared to my stock brakes, like, stopped me fairly good, right? Truth be told, they bite a little bit harder. Like when you just touch them, you can feel a bite a little bit. But like, just like stopping, I felt they're very similar. I do intend on taking my bike to a track hopefully this year, 2024. So I do think they're better. Are they a huge amount better than Indian Motorcycle stock? No. The inverted front forks, those are the same that all the models of Indian Motorcycle get. All right, and I'm going to tell you why. You're going to be freaking surprised. But the Indian Motorcycle Challenger that actually competes most with the Harley Davidson CVO ST, the base model. What? I know, I hear you guys. I can hear you. No, but Fish, it's the top of the line CVO model. It can't go versus the base model of an Indian Challenger. It doesn't work that. It does. Let me tell you. Has the same inverted front forks. Not adjustable. So I will give Harley Davidson that check. The brakes are not bad. By the way, in the King of the Baggers, they ran these brakes for a long time. Actually, I wonder if they do now. So if you look, I'm going to put a picture up right here. Here's Kyle Weinman in his 2024 King of the Bagger. He has almost identical brake rotors as the bone stock Indian Challenger. He doesn't have the fancy wavy ones. He has the same as bone stock Indian Challenger. So you're like, oh, Fish, you can't say that. You can't say that. The Harley Davidson is their performance model, has all the carbon fiber, has this and that. Well, guess what? The Challenger is 796 pounds. It's actually 40 pounds lighter than the CVO ST. Yeah, I'm hearing crickets. I'm hearing minds blowing. But then you're like, oh yeah, but they got the ride modes. Okay, yep, you're right. You're very right about that. Challenger, base Challenger does also have ride modes. And so what it doesn't have is RDRS. It doesn't have those lean sensitive things, right? So you're asking, well, Fish, it doesn't have that. Here's the thing. The more you get into track mode, the less you have it anyway. So why have it? It does have traction control, but you can turn it off. Yeah. But then you're like, hey, Fish, that Harley Davidson CVO ST got that extra 50%. Remember that? Rear suspension travel. You remember that? Well, what if you added 3 inches and you added 50% to that? What would that be? So my math real quick, a little like 50% of 3 is another 1.5 inches. That means it'd be 4.5 inches. Oh, jeez. That's what the Indian Challenger has. 4.5 inches of travel. Oh, but you're like, but Fish is the same motor, bro. That has been since 2020. Like, they haven't upgraded it or whatever, right? We're looking, this is 4 years. 116, 125. 118, 130. They're freaking almost identical. But it's lighter. Uh-huh. I know, I hear you guys. You're like, what the fuck? Straight up. $42,000, right? Something like that. I mean, I should probably double check that just cause so I don't get it wrong. $42,999. Did we talk about? Did I say how much? Oh man, I'm gonna have some freaking haters today. Did I say how much that freaking base Challenger is? $26,499. Wow. What kind of performance bagger do you want? Do you want a fucking full send performance bagger? Like, how do you want? By the way, this still has the passenger spot. This has passenger pegs. Yeah, I'm hearing y'all like, what the hey, well, Indian hasn't upgraded. Yeah, you know why? They do 5-year increments. Okay? I think I can say that. I know enough people in Indian motorcycle to know that they have 5-year plans. They do 5-year increments. And it just got leaked. Motorcycle.com just leaked that Indian motorcycle might be featuring a 112 displacement in the next model year, 2025. Challengers and Pursuits. And now we're thinking like, well, okay. Hey, Fish, don't you got a 112? I do got a 112. Mad Monkey put my 112 in. With stage 2 Indian motorcycle, like EPA compliant cams, right? Yeah. Last time so in the build process of this, I'm going to just be clear real quick about this. My tune wasn't spot on yet. And I think we're spot on now, but I haven't put it on a dyno to like double and quadruple and triple check it, right? That's 2 to 4 to 3, just because that's how we do our math, right? And I came out at 130, 135 at the wheel. 130, 135. It costs about $8,000 between an exhaust system and the full 112 kit from a 108. So $8,000 on top of $26,000 is $34,000. I'm still missing like $8,000. Like, how do I spend this? You get some carbon fiber, you can lighten it up some more. I mean, because 796 is already lighter than 838. And you're like, hey, Fish, 130, 135 isn't that. You know, we know those 131s are put 150, 150s out there. Well, you know what? I don't know where Indian Motorcycles 112s are going to come in at, right? I have no idea what they're going to do to the heads. I don't know what they're going to do with the cam. Nobody knows. But I do know my boys at 210 Speed Labs just broke the 150, 140 on the Indian Challenger with a 112. I know my boys at Mo Monkey are right in that region too. Okay. They're right in that 140, 140 square, using different cams. Right now, Indian Motorcycle Power Plus doesn't have a lot of cam options. You have Lloyd's Garage, you have S&S, and that's it. And S&S makes, just to be clear, the stock cams for Indian Motorcycle. So I have stage 2 Indian cams. Those are made by S&S, whatever. But what if I get just block 140, 140? What if I'm 135, 140? That's possible with my new tune and everything. And I'll get it on there. Spring's here. So all you guys that are talking that Indian Motorcycle doesn't have an answer, you're thinking that you need the highest model to be competitive, and that's not the case. Base model. Listen, when I came to this conclusion, I was sleeping. I thought I woke up and I'm like, damn, something's wrong about this. I'm missing something, and I dove deep. You want to talk in another video? Leave a comment below what you think. Tell me where I'm right, where I'm wrong. Help me out with this. Now, I'm also going to be clear. I still haven't rode a CVO ST. So let's say we buy a CVO ST. What do you get? You get navigation? No, you don't. Well, guess what? You don't get it on the base model either. You can add it. It's an extra charge. It's more than just a subscription, like how that navigation or infotainment center on the 24 STs. But if we're going to talk about this is like a track ready bike versus what a track ready bike could be, base model, right? But if we're going, okay, but Fish, I'm going to buy the CVO ST, but it's my bike, right? Like I need this stuff. So yes, some of that $8,000 might be spent on navigation, right? Now, my guy at Forever Rad, they do a lot of suspension stuff. They do lifts, 3-inch lifts, 2 3-inch lifts. And so, yeah, do you want a bigger lean? Do you want a higher lean? It's possible. You have the money to do it. Can I get adjustable? Yes. So I would say Indian Motorcycle would have to catch up, right, on the front suspension being adjustable. The rear suspension, you don't have to do nothing. It's already 50% better. 50% better. Let's say, by the way, the screen for Harley Davidson is freaking beautiful, and I love everything about it. I love that the infotainment center can be changed with your sport mode and whatever. I think that's incredible. So I'm gonna give Harley the click on that one. So they get the click on the adjustable front suspension, even though it's the same. It's just you just have to adjust the preload, whatever. You can't do that on an Indian. The brakes are not the same, but again, these are the brakes that Harley Davidson factory team's running. Rear suspension goes to Indian Motorcycle. Period. Done. And by the way, I didn't even choose to upgrade the rear suspension to the electronic preload. No, we're not doing that. You can't do that on the Harley. We're just gonna leave it off on the base model, right? I thought I had something else here. I just don't want to forget anything. Navigation. But Fish, I do want to ride my bike a little bit. It needs to be a tour bike. It is a bagger. They're made to ride. Yeah, I agree with you. That electronic windshield is money. Yep, so that's a big notch on Indian Motorcycle. So we got the money side, the windshield side, the rear suspension side. I really want to say the power's almost a wash, but the weight is Indian Motorcycle side. Guys, I'm just looking all over because I got I got freaking information for days. If you guys want to see me compare what I truly believe the 2024 Harley Davidson models versus Indian motorcycle models, I'll do it. If you want me to compare the CVO model versus the Elite model, I'll do that also. You guys have to leave a comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. What did I miss? What did I mess up? Did I? Probably not. I'm pretty money on this stuff. Yeah, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people that are going to not like this video. Yeah. Harley Davidson, top of the line, ST CVO bike. Outdone by Indian Motorcycles base? Wow. Ride hard, ride fast, and have somebody you don't know. Peace.